Across the ocean floor, lost containers lie abandoned, forgotten by time and hidden from the world.
Salvage divers use sonar scanners to detect containers believed to hold high-value cargo. One container stands out, partially buried in sand, its markings nearly erased by decades underwater. Fragments of speedboats rest nearby, evidence of maritime disasters long forgotten.
A skeletal hand peeks from the sand, a silent witness to a tragedy without survivors.
Guide ropes are secured to the container, marking the first step of recovery.
Massive lifting bags are brought down, designed to raise thousands of kilograms to the surface.
Air valves and hoses are connected, preparing the system for a controlled ascent. Compressed air fills the lifting bags, creating buoyancy strong enough to move heavy steel.
The container breaks free from the ocean floor, rising with sand cascading from its surface. War relics lie scattered beneath, rusted rifles and helmets from forgotten conflicts. Gold coins shimmer beneath sediment, hinting at treasure beyond simple cargo.
The container approaches daylight for the first time since sinking to the depths.
It breaks the surface, surrounded by divers guiding it toward the salvage ship. A salvage vessel retrieves the container, unaware of the luxury waiting inside.
Crew members secure the container to the deck, locking it in place for inspection.
Divers climb aboard, signaling a successful lift from the ocean floor. Experts examine corrosion patterns, trying to determine how long the container has been underwater. Seawater pours from cracked seams, evidence of deep-sea pressure and decades of damage. Industrial cutters remove rusted lock bolts, the final barrier sealing the cargo within.
The weakened doors creak under pressure, releasing seawater as they finally burst open. Inside rests a Lamborghini Urus, a luxury SUV thought impossible to find in such conditions. Crew members stare in disbelief, documenting the expensive cargo discovered within.
Seawater drains from the interior, revealing the vehicle's pristine contours beneath the rusted shell.
Experts locate the VIN plate, confirming authenticity and origin of the luxury SUV.
More containers remain below, scattered across the seafloor like metallic tombstones. Crates of gold bars rest beside a broken trawler, remnants of a forgotten shipment. A skeleton leans against a sunken hull, consumed by coral and reclaimed by the sea.
Divers position lifting bags under a second container, preparing another recovery. Underwater drones map the debris field, documenting wrecks and identifying salvage targets.
Experts document the luxury SUV, capturing every detail for proper recovery records.
Mechanics assess water exposure and corrosion to determine if restoration is possible.
Air blowers dry the container interior, reducing moisture trapped inside the luxury vehicle.
Technicians open the hood, discovering seawater still draining from the engine compartment.
Unexpectedly, small gold bars are found hidden beneath the rear seats, raising new questions.
The first container receives tracking tags, officially entering the salvage inventory system.
Below,
A wreckage cluster reveals the scale of the disaster that sent so much cargo to the depths.
Car transport crates lie shattered, revealing that multiple vehicles were once stored here. Military gear rests beside a broken trawler, war helmets and ammo boxes preserved in silence.
Air injector hoses are connected, preparing the second container for controlled ascent.
The second container rises from the seabed, trailing sand and debris as it ascends. A skeleton inside a lifeboat tells a story of desperation during the ship's final hours. A massive debris field reveals vehicle parts and war remnants scattered across the ocean floor.
The second container surfaces, marking another successful extraction from the depths.
Crew members assemble tools and protective gear, preparing to open the next mysterious container.
Rusted doors give way again, releasing seawater and revealing another forgotten shipment.
Inside are high-performance engines and luxury car components, sealed but never delivered.
Crew members sort and catalog components for secure transportation and restoration. Below, ammo crates from forgotten wartime operations lie deteriorating beneath the waves.
A fragment of a small submarine hull suggests that multiple eras of wrecks converge here. A cracked storage locker reveals gold ingots, preserved despite decades of corrosion. Underwater drones map scattered vehicle components, confirming multiple containers carried luxury cars.
Divers secure a lift balloon tether to a third container as part of the recovery process.
A skeleton in a decayed life jacket hints at desperate escape attempts during the sinking.
Extra lifting bags are added, suggesting the third container holds unusually heavy cargo.
Compressed air surges into the lifting bags, forcing the container to break free from the seabed.
The ascent disturbs sand and shells, sending marine life scattering in every direction.
Drone scans confirm dozens of containers lost here, forming an underwater graveyard of commerce. The third container surfaces, stabilized by divers as waves push against the lifting bags.
A main cargo ship receives the container, unaware of the rare treasures sealed inside. Before opening, safety teams scan for radiation and chemicals, unsure what lies inside. Industrial saws slice through rusted bolts, releasing decades of deep-sea pressure.
A surge of seawater bursts forth, carrying the scent of the abyss with it.
Inside rests another Lamborghini Urus, a luxury SUV thought never to be seen again. Crew members discuss potential value, realizing the cargo is worth millions.
Beneath broken crates lie war medals and dog tags, relics of soldiers lost to history.
Divers enter a sunken cabin, finding floating documents and shattered instruments.
A skeleton at a navigation table remains frozen in time, charts still spread before him.
Gold coins cling to cargo nets, caught by currents that preserved them for decades.
Cranes relocate the recovered vehicles into sheltered areas to prevent further damage.
Mechanics inspect pressure damage, noting salt corrosion and frame stress. Ammunition crates reveal sealed rounds preserved in wax paper despite the sea's assault.
Digital overlays reveal a massive salvage zone, spanning wrecks and vehicle shipments. A fourth container rises, guided by divers as schools of fish scatter around it.
Night operations continue under floodlights as the recovered cargo grows more valuable.
Broken luxury watches are recovered, their value diminished, but their history preserved.
Drones track debris trails, pointing to additional wreckage yet to be explored. Water-damaged manifests reveal shipment origins, destinations, and missing cargo lists. War-era documents, sealed in metal tubes, survive decades beneath crushing ocean pressure. A skeleton tangled in cargo straps suggests a final, desperate attempt to secure valuable freight. A fifth container surfaces, guided carefully toward the salvage vessel for inspection.
Hinges snap open, releasing seawater that has been trapped for decades. Rare prototype electronics emerge, sealed in foam and preserved against time.
Mechanics assess frame stress, determining whether the luxury vehicles are salvageable. Recovered gold ingots are counted and documented under strict supervision.
Military artifacts are secured for preservation, destined for museum archives.
Marked burial sites await respectful recovery, honoring lives lost to the abyss.
Final sonar scans confirm the debris field has been thoroughly documented.
Recovered documents are airlifted for analysis, containing answers lost for decades.
As operations end, the ocean returns to silence, keeping some mysteries buried forever.